There was one other thing that I wanted to say, um, to make it clear to you all, about how I feel. Um, excuse me. But there are things that are going on in my life and that have been going on in my life for a long time that are very, very hard to deal with. Um, and whew, they're very, very hard to deal with. And I'm writing about some of these things. Well, I'm writing about all of these things in my book. And I, 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 I kid you not when I say that there are times that I'm ready to just stop. And I'm thinking and to myself that this this can't be right for me to continue doing what I'm doing and having all the troubles and issues that I'm having going on around me. So I'm thinking to myself, I need to stop because there's just too much going on and I just need to go away and I just need to just leave the YouTube channel for a while and I just need to pray. And I mean, I've just given myself every reason in the book why I just need to stop. And every single time that I felt like I'm just forget it, I don't want to do this anymore, there's no way I can do this and have these types of issues going on in my life because and I, just keep saying it's too much on my back for me to be carrying all this load and then to do what I'm doing. And every single time I see a message from someone, it's like I just can't stop doing it because to me, when you begin doing something and helping someone or being there for someone, single parent mothers can relate to this. You have a young boy, a young son, and that young man has a mentor come into his life. And when the mentor comes into that child's life, the mentor decides to help out, but they don't make a commitment to completely stay throughout the kid's life until at least the child graduates college and then go from there. And so what happens is the child becomes accustomed to this mentor, and in other cases they become accustomed to mom's boyfriends, husbands, and then for some reason or another they leave. It's a hard thing for human beings as it is to lose loved ones because you gotta pass away from this earth. But I think that we should stop being so cold. And if you start with people, you ought to go ahead and try your best to finish with people. You know, um, we really, and when I say what I just said, I want to tell you what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about marriage and how people just leave because they don't want to be there anymore. You know, I'm only speaking about me offering my friendship, my support and encouragement to the other ladies um, who have channels on YouTube. I'm only speaking about that, and that in and of itself is important enough for you to say, hey, as long as I can do this, what does it hurt me to make a video for a couple minutes each day, or I'm sorry, each week? You know, at the bare minimum, every 2 weeks. Just to keep in contact with people, let people know that you care for them. Some people in this world actually have no one. Some of us have an entire family, but because of the coldness of this world, the families won't participate. They won't participate in your life because They're too busy working. They have several jobs. They have a huge company that they started that they want to run. And the devil just keeps them so busy. They say idle hands are the devil's playground, but you know what? Sometimes busy hands can be the devil's playground, because when you too busy, you don't have no time for family. You ain't got no time for friends, and you sure ain't got time for neighbors. And that is what human life is all about. It's about interacting with human beings. Look at us. We have mm, we have been reduced to making videos on YouTube. We have to encourage each other through a video camera now. Why? Because we're detached from our own neighbors and family and friends. It's terrible, you know. But it is what it is. I'm just putting it out there and recognizing it. And I'm just saying to you, do what I did. If you can, um, inventory what's going on in your life right now, and realign some things, readjust some things, resituate some things, reevaluate what your priorities are, and then get them in order, because human beings come first. They do. And so, again, I cannot thank you all enough when I say that you all literally are the wind beneath my wings. When you tell me that you need me, Chauny was created to help others. Chauny's brain, her mind, her spirit was created to pick up information in life, to analyze, comprehend, and understand. A born counselor, psychologist. But why did God make me that way? Chauny was made that way for you. And so when you tell me that you need me, with the smallest comment, I read into it and I say, okay, yeah, this is good. This is great. This is working. This is happening. Something good is happening for someone. And you know what? The same way that I'm helping you, one day you will grow within yourself, and it can be in less than a year. And in fact, I see people now experiencing growth, whereas they were afraid to even make a channel. And now they're talking to people and helping other people and lifting other people up. And that is a wonderful thing. It's not meant for a person to always be your teacher. It's not for a person to always, um, for you to always depend on one person. But you will learn and you will grow. And as you grow, you should reach the same level as that person. And then what happens with leaders is that they go from being a leader to having a team. It's just like the Messiah and his disciples. You know, Christ and his disciples, he took them, he gathered them up, and then then he taught them, and then he sent them forth. He said, go and do what I do. He said, the works that I'm doing, you'll do even greater works if you believe. So, I'm just a human being. This was Christ. So, definitely, it's meant for us to, if those of us out here who are leaders, we have to teach um, and guide people by our example, not so much lip service. Make sure we're doing what we say. And as we lead by our example, people around us will start to grow. And it's an amazing thing when you start seeing people doing the same thing you're doing. Because guess what? It's really rough. I think, anyway, for example, you have pastors that have 10,000 people in the congregation. I think that's horrible when you have 10,000 people in the congregation and no help. You know, it, that's just not, I don't think it's, God didn't intend it to be that way. If we follow Christ's example, anybody who's the leader should be teaching others what they know and praying and hoping for the day that that person grows into an an adult spiritually so that they can now help out, because it's much easier for a person to um, to feed 10,000 people, so to speak. And when I say feed, I'm talking about with with our words, with what we learn, our wisdom, our knowledge and understanding. Isn't it easier for Chauny to feed 10,000 people with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that she has if she has a team of people? You know, no one should want all the glory. I don't understand ministers who want. I mean, I could never have a congregation like that, man. You know. So I'm very thankful for those of us who are in this community, who you all, you help me by being there for other people and encouraging them and lifting them up the same way that I do. Because, wow, I wouldn't want to try to be in charge of the entire weight loss community. It's a huge weight loss community on YouTube. But I do understand that, if in the Bible it says the strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. The strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. That scripture, um, God gave me years ago because He was trying to help me to understand why people, wherever I go, kind of, look up to me and cling to me, and they need my help a lot. And what it was saying is that, and then I had a dream one day that I was carrying someone who I love dearly in the dream. And as I was carrying the person began to get better. I'll tell you exactly what was happening. Actually, the person was shrinking. They were getting slim. And they were getting skinnier and skinnier. And then they started looking more beautiful and more healthy and radiant in their face. And everything from the hair on down to the feet. This person was so beautiful. And so, what my interpretation of my dream was, that I finally understood, was that I was strong and this person was weak, and I was to bear their infirmities until she grew strong, and then I put her down, and then she walked with me in the dream, side by side. We began to go and bear the infirmities of other weak people. And as people grew stronger, they joined our team. And that's what's supposed to happen. Okay? That's why I'm here. Um, I just felt in my spirit to share that, to share these last two videos so that whoever is out there can really understand what it is that my gift and my ministry is and what I'm here to do. And again, no glory goes to me. You see, I've spoken this once before, but none of you would have liked me before I was saved, because I let a lot of bad things get to me that happened to me, and I became very angry and very hateful and very mean because I let those things get to me and I let them change me. But praise God, I don't have to be that way anymore. When someone harms me, does me wrong, stabs me in my back, turns their back on me, it's okay. I run to His throne and I just pray, and He revives me, He replenishes me and rejuvenates me, and I'm able to go forth and love them unconditionally. Not because of how they treat me well, but unconditionally. That is a powerful and mighty love. And I'm thankful that I'm able to do that now. So, come on, join me, help me to encourage our community. I thank you so much for spending your time with me once again. Be blessed.